everybody, and welcome back to Chitalayam. The question we're going to be answering today is, how can you address eco-anxiety? We talked about all the different effects it has on you, the experience of people who are dealing with eco-anxiety, but what can you do about it? We don't want to leave you without a solution.
Yep. The first thing is, whether you actually know that what you're doing or you don't, you are going to do things under your control, because you can't really work on things that are not under your control. So if you don't think about it in that way, essentially what you're going to do is, watch the news, and keep watching the news because if you never really had the conversation with yourself about what are some things under my control or under your control, then like inevitably, intuitively, you would think, okay, those people have control, and you're going to look at what they're doing with the control that they're taking. And thing is, when they mess up, that's going to affect you, and it's going to affect you hard. So for that, you really need to do some things that are under your control. And one of those things, for example, let me give an example with the recycling, right? Uh, you can have a lot of arguments about whether does everybody need to need to recycle, or is it more about the companies who need to do because they have the power or the control. Yeah, all the conversation is fine, but the thing is, by you doing it on your own, you're able to tell yourself that hey, I'm doing my part, and because of that, you're actually putting yourself in a situation where you're not worried because uh, in our life always, like whenever we do our part, we do get a sense of satisfaction from that where okay, like, I've done my part. Now I can hope that other people would do it too. And by if enough people start thinking this way, and enough people start doing these things, these conversations are going to keep happening as well. And even if you think, hey, me recycling is not going to have a huge impact, which is a conversation for like another day, I'm not really going there. Even then, you can think of it as like symbolism, and by a lot of people doing it, that's your way of telling people who are in control that hey, this has to be done. This is something that's a very important problem. So that's one thing. Second thing I would say is. Not the words that you want to hear, but really just having a positive outlook in life where you're taking on like positivity, and that doesn't have to be positivity about the climate, the ecosystem, but just positivity in general, because you need to have it in yourself to be able to read these news, and that's not about just strength in general, mental strength and everything. Sure, you need to have that too, and that comes from a lot of things, but it's also the fact that you have to really make your information chambers work well for you, and for that you have to get some positive news from time to time. And then if none of these work, there are like support systems there for eco anxiety, because while eco anxiety might not be something that everybody talks about already. It might not, that word might not be as common as it probably should be. It is big enough that there are support systems for this online as well as offline. So maybe you can go there, and that way you'll definitely not bring the moon down when you go and talk there.
So one online support that I found was Good Grief, and they have a 10-week session where you meet once a week and you talk to people, and they have a 10-step process to coping with eco-anxiety. Their next sessions start again next year. So if you're interested in that in 2022. So along with the tips that Akshay gave, I think it's very important to not deny these feelings that you're having about the environment and the concern about it, because denying unwanted feelings is going to actually make them worse. Trying to tamp them down is not going to make them go away. It's going to become worse. So talk about it, accept that you are feeling this way. It is okay to feel this way. Different surveys show that more than 60% of, well, the sample is Americans, but 60% of Americans are concerned about the environment. They have eco anxiety. So it's a very prevalent thing. So don't try to tamp it down. Try to connect with people in your community, find people who are also interested and affected by eco-anxiety so you can do things together. With some of the suggestions that Akshay had, making difference yourself. One cool activity that I found was plogging, which is jogging and picking up plastic. So if you're able to have gloves and safely pick up waste, that might be a fun thing to do to try and get yourself exercise and also make a difference with the environment. Um, Young kids are actually at risk for having eco-anxiety and being worried about this. So talk to them about it, make sure they have a space to talk about these feelings. And, even though nature is being threatened right now, nature has a lot of good benefits. So whenever you can spend time in nature, going on walks, being in places, appreciating nature, because that has a very big positive impact on your mental well-being.
Yeah, those are all like very good points. And I mean, at the end of the day, I actually said, you need to acknowledge it. You can't keep running away from it. And for that, we are gonna have a very informative question for tomorrow, which is what's happening with like the ecosystem and everything in India. How is it being impacted?
Tune in tomorrow to learn more about that.
See you then.
Bye.
Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for getting to the end of the video. Hey, while you're still here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get new updates when we post videos. Also, make sure to check out these equally exciting videos as well. Have you pressed it yet? Come on, you have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, press it now!